Hello everyone, it's December 21st, 2009, and you know what that means. Can you guess what it means? If you guessed that it's T-minus 3 years to the end of the world, you're right. 2012 is coming. But also, if you guessed that it's time for a Monday Night Raw review, you're right. And Johnny Damon of the New York Yankees phones in his awesomely terrible performance as a guest host for Monday Night Raw live from Tampa Bay, Florida. Hornswoggle takes DX to Little People Court, and yeah, let's just start the show. Cue the loud music. Alright, so last week was a craptastic Raw, and I don't want to turn this into one of those ranting reviews, because all I want to do is give my opinion on the show. I will say this Raw was the best Raw in the past 2 weeks. What did you think I was going to say? It was the best Raw in a while? No. It was better than last week's Raw, but that's not really saying anything. It was just still terrible. I mean, it was bad. It was like really bad. Alright, so I'm gonna try and go through this a little quicker than I usually do, because I don't really like making two parts of my reviews. It just takes too much time to upload. Alright, so the beginning of the show starts with Johnny Damon coming out to the ring, and he comes out to say, "Welcome the crowd to the show," and this guy is not that good on the mic. I mean, save the lisp part. I don't mind if you have a lisp, because that's a speech impediment. I don't. That's nothing that you can help. But his delivery wasn't there, and it's just the crowd was booing him, and it was just bad. But either way, and then we have this like a stuffed or a mascot tiger supposed to mimic Tiger Woods, and a blonde woman chasing the tiger mascot with a club, for the Tiger Woods thing. And WWE, it's great to know that you guys are taking the show very seriously, so I thank you for that. Nonetheless, the Divas start off. Now, let me do this without notes. We have Gail Kim, Melina, and Kelly Kelly versus Alicia Fox, Jillian Hall, and Maurice. And they're dressed up as Santa's Little Helpers. The match 1.5, the face Divas win. Alright, so then we have about 15 minutes of part 1 of DX goes to Little People Court with Hornswoggle. This was so bad and so unfunny that it was just, I cannot believe this. Like, I wish I could give you my reaction when I was actually watching it, because that would be a lot more indicative of how I felt. But going back, I find it hard to recreate my disdain and my anger and my dismay of this segment. It was just bad. Not only that, but they gave you a cliffhanger ending as if we would actually care what happened afterwards. Here's why I don't care. This is not going anywhere. This is not helping anybody. Hornswoggle, DX, there's nothing that's coming of this thing, so why are we having it? Either way, we have Randy Orton, who's growing his hair out so he's not going to look bald anymore, so that's pretty cool. And Legacy coming out to face Kofi Kingston, Mark Henry, and not MVP, so they changed it up this time. It was Evan Bourne. I enjoyed this match, actually. I'm going to give it 3 out of 5. It was definitely a good match. One of the better matches we've seen in the past couple of weeks of Raw. So there you go. 3 out of 5. I enjoyed it. And Kofi Kingston team wins again. I don't really like how Randy Orton's kind of looking weak with going against Kofi Kingston. I think there's a way for Kofi Kingston to be pushed with Randy Orton not looking so weak. So, but nonetheless, I enjoyed the match. Then we have John Cena, Mr. I Will Not Lose Another Match, which I don't like this segment, or this gimmick, or this little thing with John Cena, because every match from now on we're going to have to hear, John Cena said he's not going to lose another match. So that means if he's losing the match, he's probably going to fight back, and he's not going to lose another match till he gets his title back. I don't want to hear that coming out of Cole's mouth. I really don't want to hear anything coming out of Cole's mouth, but that's neither here nor there. So we have Swagger versus Cena, and I enjoyed this match also. Not as good as their match earlier this year on ECW. I think it was this year. but nonetheless, it was a good match. 3 out of 5 for that. There you go. Then we have Carlito versus Chris Masters, which was set up from earlier in the night where there was an altercation between Carlito and Chris Masters, as well as last week. So they have a match, 1.5 out of 5. Eve Torres is at ringside, and at the end, Chris Masters wins with the Master Lock, catching Carlito mid-air, put him in the Master Lock, and then Eve Torres and Chris Masters kiss under the mistletoe. Alright, then we have a Johnny Damon segment backstage. I'm skipping some parts if that's okay with you guys. A Johnny Damon segment backstage, and Mae Young is there. Mae Young kisses, and I was watching I was watching this on the stream because I really don't like to watch Raw on TV. I don't want to give them a rating until the product is better. But somebody said something bad about me. Somebody in the chat called Mae Young a living corpse. I thought it was funny, but I don't think that was a good thing to say. That was kind of mean. Alright, then we have Sheamus versus MVP. I thought this was going to be a good match, but no, it didn't turn out too well. 1 out of 5, with obviously Sheamus winning. Then we have Money in the Bank Cena coming out, saying that he wants his rematch now for his championship, and Sheamus gets in the ring, gets back out, and leaves. Or is in the ring, gets out, gets back in, and gets out again. I don't know why they had that happen. I don't think making Sheamus look like he's scared of John Cena is a good idea, especially when he's new. I don't think that's a good idea. But nonetheless, that match is going to end up being next week. So there you go. Santino Claus comes out, and he's facing The Miz. And The Miz and Santina Claus have a match. 1 out of 5. The Miz wins. And Miz beats up Santino Claus. Alright. And so it's about 10:50 and 10:50, I'm like, where's this show going? What's the main event? So, and then I see Big Show, and I hear that Big Show is going to call out the real Santa Claus because he has a wish that he wants Santa Claus to grant for him. And I'm like, wow, you guys really couldn't end the show on a better note than having Big Show come out and call out the real Santa Claus. You know, mind you, this is a grown man who's calling out Santa Claus, you know. And Cole, while Big Show's coming out, or while the Santa Claus is coming out, Cole has the nerve to say, you know what, King, or I think King says it, one of them said, you know, this might actually be the real guy. You know, it might be the real guy, you know? It really might be the real Santa Claus, just maybe. Nonetheless, it turns out, so Big Show says that he wants to have his tag partner and best friend Chris Jericho back on Raw. I knew WWE didn't want Chris Jericho to not be on Raw, so this is why, I guess this is going to be the way of getting Jericho back on Raw. It's Jericho, Hornswoggle comes out, rips off Santa stuff, and reveals that it's Jericho, who sounds oddly enough like Stewie from Family Guy, if anybody noticed that. Nonetheless, yeah, so what happened after that? I guess they were a whole bunch of little people came out, or smaller people came out, and Chris Jericho and Big Show started to beat them up. Chris Jericho and Big Show were about to beat up Hornswoggle. DX comes out, and DX clears out Jerry's show and says that Hornswoggle can be part of DX. He can be their mascot. And the show goes off the air with the DX chop with the pyro and all that good stuff. And that ends the show. And then we get the fake snowflakes. I don't know if they thought we were going to think it was real. I hope they didn't, because it was terrible effects. If you guys thought it was real, it wasn't real. The snowflakes coming down, it was obviously a screen effect. But nonetheless, getting off topic, this Raw was just really bad, abysmal. I mean, better than last week, but that's not really saying anything. It was just, I mean, I won't learn. I mean, I don't watch it for myself. I watch it because I like doing these reviews. So that's the only real reason I watch. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the review. Now we're on a SmackDown, which was taped last night, and it looks like it's going to be an okay SmackDown, although it looks kind of Raw-esque with a lot of, segments and stuff. But nonetheless, please rate, comment, subscribe, check out my year-end nomination videos, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Oh, real quick, the questions of the night. What do you guys think that the WWE can do to make Raw better? What do you guys think? Also, where will you be in 3 years when the world ends? Answer in the comments below. Thanks. Peace out, guys.